What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN, USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 31st day of August, and here we are at about 1.111 cents. We just were, now it's 1110. 7 hours, 38 minutes left in this day, in this 3-day time frame, in this weekly time frame, monthly and 2 monthly time frame. All these significant time frames closing within the next 7 hours and 38 minutes. OnyxCoin doing its classic slow bleed down, and we are finding lower lows right as we go. We do have a low yesterday, and I will say that low is a nice setup. It is a nice setup for a reversal here. If we were to close, we could move all the way up to 1.18 cents and above by the end of the day. But with this much time left, I don't know. You know, typically whenever I see this setup where you get a fat candle down and you get a doji candle, a spinning top like this, and it looks like this, I would think that we do come back to the upside. We even kind of had that same thing here, and it did persist a little bit, but inevitably we came back down. Doesn't mean that we have to. And certainly, again, with 7 hours, 38 minutes left in the day, it's not looking like it will. But at this point in time, it might be time to expect that we are going lower. And if we do go lower, it doesn't mean that we have to go to these targets that I'm about to discuss, but it is something that should be addressed, right? From a low to a high, the area that would be in question would be about the 786 at 20991. So we're at 1.1 cent now. That would be about just shy, just like a tenth, not even a tenth of a cent below 1 cent, right? 0.00993. And if we go down there, not when, but if we go down there, I would expect it to be a very short-lived experience. If we go lower, not when, but if, I would expect it to be a short-lived experience. I'm not selling any of my OnyxCoin at all. I'm holding, right? In hindsight, would we have taken profits here? Would we have taken profits here? Bought, like, of course, in hindsight, you would have done it perfectly, right? But right now, this is not the time to sell. The reality is we are much closer to seeing a 100% move to the upside than we are to seeing even a 20% move to the downside. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reality of it. The lowest that I would expect us to go on that note would be about 0.0873 is what that looks like. 0.0873. That's the lowest that I'd expect us to go. If we go below there, we're in some trouble, right? Then we got a whole different conversation to have. But at the moment, we're in trouble enough, I suppose. The daily RSI is showing no life at all. It's absolutely desolate and boring, but as is the price as well. On the bright side, whenever we move down, again, there's absolutely no volume. It's an absence of volume entirely. If we're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour, oh, and I need to pull up these other indicators too. Man, this is taking so long. Trading view is exceptionally laggy today. The 1 hour MACD is rejecting the 0, which is not good. The stochastics can't seem to get overbought, but they have no problem being oversold, which is not good. And the RSI just can't live above the 50 at all, which is also not good. It is the weekend. The weekend typically is rather boring in price action. You know, in nature, it is very boring. I would expect that we pick up the pace a little bit starting tomorrow. It'll be the beginning of the month. It'll be the beginning of the week. It's very likely that we do start off the month of September to a downside, and then I would expect to finish it with a bang. A lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but people whose opinions I respect are calling for alt season, for altcoins to really start to rally in September, right? And I've heard that. I hear that going around the space. I want to keep going back and just see if there's any gaps down here, because I've noticed that the Coinbase gaps do seem to fill for OnyxCoin. Let's just go back here. It's taking forever though, man. This is so bad. I'm gonna have to fix this. We're gonna turn up the volume a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit loud, but it is what it is, man. We gotta move through it. We gotta move through it. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit better. All right. Looking at this back here, zooming it in. Come on now. Come. Let's see. I don't see any gaps. There was a gap right there, but it got filled. Oh, there's a little gap down there, right there, 0.083. Little gap right there, in all honesty. It's that red, and then the green closed right above it, but I don't know if that's significant enough. It's on the 1 hour time frame. I wouldn't weigh too much in on that, but that is right around our 886 area, so maybe we go right there and find support. But we are still holding out, you guys, for OnyxCoin to move up at a very rapid pace any day now. I did make a video on Bitcoin talking about the bearish prospects of this bearish divergence that we have on the monthly time frame, and how we might be dropping about anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000. There is that target of $71,000 on the table, but I really don't think that that's going to happen, right? We poked a bunch of holes in that logic as well. It just doesn't make sense to go down there, but with the bearish divergence presented, it is there. And somebody was like, what happened? I thought you said we were going to pump soon. And I'm like, we are. What are you talking about? You think that this means that we're not going to pump soon? Like, what does that scare you? Does that intimidate you? This is what I think is going to happen, right? We're probably just going to drop a little bit more, and then we're going to pump. And that just seems to be the reality of this. Hold on, there's a fly. I got to do some fly karate. Anyways, that just seems to be the reality of it. We're just going to go down a little bit more, and then we'll move up. There's so many shorts piled on, you guys. I can't imagine that this is the top. I can't imagine that we're going to continue to move down. It doesn't make any sense at all. But OnyxCoin here, looking at the 4-hour time frame, coming back down to the 4-hour time frame, the RSI is pretty bearish at the moment as well. Living below the 50, you can't get overbought to save your life. When you do, it's just a straight rejection. You get a little bit of life on the pumps, but then the dumps just, or the slow side, I shouldn't even say dumps, but the slow side comes back. I guess that's a dump right there, to be completely fair, relatively speaking. The stochastics are bearish, right? We are living in the oversold zone and just tipping the overbought zone. The MACD is also bearish. We can't seem to get above the 0. We had some bullish momentum building here, and we just killed it off, man. On the bright side, we do still have higher lows throughout this kind of trajectory on the oscillator, so that's nice to see. This does imply, in my opinion, that with enough time, going maybe into the second week, if not the latter half of the first week of September, we should start to see some life. I am expecting September to be a good month for OnyxCoin and for altcoins, and even for Bitcoin. I think September will be a good month. I just think that we're going to start it off on a bearish note. It's going to freak people out probably a little bit. And then we'll move on up. It'll be a merry time. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want with your money. Do whatever you want with your OnyxCoins. If you want to panic sell the low, go for it. The thing is here, you guys, lower prices are not promised. Higher prices, in theory, are not promised either. But there's a very low probability, in my opinion, whatever that's worth, that we are going to see some kind of lower low here. That this was just a one-off. Again, one-offs, they don't look like this. We went over, I did that whole spiel the other day, right? That might have been yesterday or 2 days ago. This is not a one-off. We've got more to go. We're just biding our time right now. We're shaking out the weekends. And again, I think we're waiting on the rest of the market to pump. Really, that's what it is. OnyxCoin is not going to pump on its own. And maybe it can. I'm not saying it can't, but just typically, these movements up, they only begin once the rest of the market moves up. It can continue to move once the market's like chilling. It can top in its own time, but it bottoms with the rest of the market. At least that's how it's been over these past few key areas. All in all, we're expecting 26 to 32 cents. Patience, my friends, patience. That's all I'm asking for. I got nothing else for you, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Daily RSI is, it is pretty pathetic, but at the same time, in this area, this is where we find support. And we kind of dilly-dally in this area, kind of dilly-dally in this area, and then we move up, dilly-dally in this area. You would think that we are, and I would think that we're going to see a overbought reading here pretty soon. And this next reading should take us above these two readings here. If that happens, it's going to be a stronger move. If it's a stronger move, we're on our way. We're on our way to higher prices. I know that this has taken longer to occur, this movement up that we're looking for. We've gone lower than we initially expected, but I'm still, I don't know, fearless. What's the right word for this? I'm unfazed. I'm unfazed. I don't care. Go lower. I'll buy more. That's my thoughts. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.